You're cleaning the barn in the morning when you spot a strange round object in the corner that definitely doesn't belong among the hay and farm tools. It's black, flat, and metallic, sitting there like a mechanical pancake that fell from space. When you approach it, you accidentally touch a button on its surface, and suddenly it springs to life like a sleeping robot awakening from a very long nap. It starts moving on its own, spinning around, buzzing with electronic enthusiasm, and actually begins sucking up dust like some kind of magical cleaning genie. You're 23, an Amish young man who's never seen electricity beyond the occasional lightning storm, and now there's a magical cleaning spirit dancing in front of you like it owns the place. Your name is Samuel, though right now you're questioning whether you're still living in the same reality you woke up in this morning. You keep the farm clean using traditional methods your father taught you, living a life so simple that complexity gives you headaches. When someone mentions broom, the only thing that comes to mind is a bundle of straw tied to a wooden handle. Because in Amish life, electric appliances are strictly forbidden, like dancing or wearing fancy buttons. Work done by hand provides spiritual cleansing for the soul and keeps life properly simple. But now this round contraption in front of you is cleaning by itself and mesmerizing you like a hypnotic mechanical pet. The device starts roaming around the entire barn while you watch in complete bewilderment, like someone witnessing their first magic trick performed by invisible wizards. The robot bumps into obstacles and changes direction, like it actually has a brain inside its mechanical head. It seems genuinely intelligent in a way that makes you question everything. It finds corners with precision, cleans underneath things like a perfectionist housekeeper, and never seems to get tired like the world's most dedicated mechanical janitor. Anyone seeing things that move by themselves gets completely captivated like children watching a puppet show. You start following the robot around like a curious puppy. "What are you doing, little machine?" You ask it with the hope that it might actually answer. Of course, it doesn't respond, but it continues working with the dedication of someone who really loves their job. Suddenly, it tries to enter a pile of straw like it's exploring new territory. It gets stuck and trapped while its motor sounds grow louder with mechanical frustration. You try to help it escape its predicament. "Wait! You'll get stuck in there!" But the robot doesn't listen to reason. It struggles harder and scatters straw everywhere like a tiny tornado made of cleaning supplies. The barn becomes completely chaotic with straw flying everywhere. The robot is trapped and thrashing around like a fish out of water. These kinds of technological accidents usually lead to major complications that nobody saw coming. While you're trying to rescue the robot, David enters the barn with perfect timing. "Samuel, what's all that noise? Holy cow!" David's eyes widen like he's just witnessed a genuine miracle when he spots the robot. "What is that thing, Samuel?" "I have absolutely no idea. It moves around by itself like it has a mind of its own." David approaches and examines it with scientific curiosity. "Is it actually cleaning?" "Yes, but now it's completely stuck like a mechanical mouse in a straw trap." You both work together to extract the robot from the straw pile. As soon as it's free, it immediately resumes its cleaning mission, like nothing embarrassing just happened. "This is absolutely incredible," David exclaims with the enthusiasm of someone discovering buried treasure. "How does it work?" You shrug with the wisdom of someone who's given up trying to understand impossible things. "Like magic, I guess." The robot moves to the other end of the barn where it encounters some chicken droppings that represent a real challenge. It starts trying to vacuum everything up, but because it's incredibly dirty, the machine begins to clog like a drain with too much hair. It starts making strange sounds that definitely weren't in the original design. The buzzing changes to something more concerning. "I think it's getting sick," David says with genuine worry for a machine he just met. The robot suddenly hesitates and starts backing up like it's reconsidering its life choices. "It's running away!" you shout with the excitement of someone chasing an escaped pet. The robot exits the barn and heads toward the garden while you both chase after it like amateur robot wranglers. When people start chasing robots, they usually experience hilariously absurd situations that defy all logic. In the garden, it enters your mother's flower beds and starts trying to vacuum up soil like it's fulfilling some bizarre gardening fantasy that nobody asked for. "No!" Mother Mary shouts from the window with the horror of someone watching their life's work being destroyed by a mechanical intruder. "Stay away from my precious flowers!" The robot ignores her desperate protests and continues wandering among the flowers with determination, mixing up leaves and soil like it's making the world's worst salad while destroying months of careful gardening work. Mary comes running outside with the urgency of someone defending their territory. What is this contraption? Mom, it moves by itself like a mechanical animal, David explains with excitement. Devil's work! Mary shouts with religious conviction. Stop, you demonic machine! She grabs her broom and starts beating the robot like she's fighting off an invasion. The robot moves faster with apparent self-preservation instincts. While escaping, it crosses into Uncle Wilhelm's garden where chaos really begins. Wilhelm is hanging laundry when the robot gets tangled around his feet like an overly affectionate mechanical cat with serious boundary issues. What the heck is happening to my peaceful morning? Wilhelm bellows with the confusion of someone whose simple life just got invaded by incomprehensible technology. The robot disappears and reappears under the hanging clothes with mechanical agility, tangling the lines like it's playing an elaborate game designed to frustrate hardworking people. Clean laundry starts falling to the ground like white flags of surrender in a war between humans and household appliances. My clean laundry! Wilhelm wails like someone mourning a great loss. These kinds of chaotic situations create major village-wide emergencies that nobody knows how to handle. Neighbors start emerging from their houses drawn by all the commotion. What's all this noise about? Aaron asks with the concern of someone who fears the worst. The robot escapes between Aaron's legs like a mechanical escape artist, causing him to lose his balance completely. Aaron falls to the ground with an undignified thump. Ah! It attacked me! Daniel grabs his stick and starts chasing the robot with the determination of someone hunting dangerous game. Demon device! Stop! The robot enters the village square where 10 people are now chasing it, like it's some kind of mechanical criminal that's committed crimes against rural tranquility. It enters the chicken coop, causing the chickens to lose their minds and scatter in every direction like feathered panic. My chickens are having nervous breakdowns! Martha screams like someone witnessing poultry trauma. Then it encounters the sheep flock, sending the sheep scattering with the kind of panic usually reserved for wolf attacks or unexpected thunderstorms. The sheepdog starts barking with protective instincts, while the robot heads straight toward it like it's challenging the dog to a duel. The dog gets scared and runs away while the robot follows like it's making a new friend. Complete chaos reigns. Everyone's running, shouting, and animals are fleeing like the world's most ridiculous disaster. Moments when people lose their minds this completely are extremely rare. Your father also emerges and witnesses the situation with the shock of someone whose peaceful world has exploded. What is this madness? Jacob shouts like someone demanding answers from the universe. Dad, that thing moves by itself like a possessed broom, you gasp while running. What? The robot heads toward your father like it's greeting the family patriarch. Jacob backs away with genuine terror. Stay away from me, demon! The robot tries to clean your father's shoes like it's offering a helpful service. Your father loses his mind completely. It's going to eat me alive! He runs into the house and slams the door, locking it like he's protecting himself from an invasion. The robot circles around in front of the door like it's confused about being rejected. You and David approach carefully like negotiators dealing with a dangerous situation. Samuel, how do we stop this thing? David asks with the desperation of someone out of ideas. You search for controls like someone looking for a secret weapon. There must be an off switch somewhere on it. The robot suddenly hesitates and slows down. Its battery must be dying like a mechanical heart giving out. It starts moving slower and slower until it stops completely like a wind-up toy reaching the end of its energy. It's finished, you announce with the relief of someone whose nightmare just ended. The villagers slowly approach like hunters examining their prey. Is it dead? Wilhelm asks with the caution of someone who's been traumatized by mechanical laundry theft. You approach and examine it carefully. No movement whatsoever like a sleeping metal pet. Yes, it's completely stopped. Daniel waves his stick with the satisfaction of someone who's won a battle. Just in time. These kinds of technology fears are extremely powerful among older generations who remember simpler times. Everyone surrounds it with curious expressions. They examine it like scientists studying an alien artifact. What was this thing supposed to be? Martha asks with genuine scientific curiosity. It was cleaning, I think, you explain with the authority of someone who witnessed the entire event. All by itself? Yes. It was sucking up dust like a magical vacuum cleaner. Aaron looks skeptical, like someone who doesn't believe in impossible things. That's not possible. At that moment, the sound of a car engine approaches from the distance. A modern vehicle enters the village like civilization arriving at a primitive outpost. A young woman gets out looking frantically worried, like someone who's lost their most precious possession. Hello? Have you seen my Roomba anywhere around here? Everyone looks at each other with the confusion of people hearing a foreign language. What's a Roomba? Your father asks. A robot vacuum cleaner. It went missing from my campsite. The woman spots the robot and visibly relaxes like someone finding their lost child. There it is. She approaches and examines the robot with professional expertise. The battery's dead. This belongs to you? Your father asks with amazement. Yes, it must have escaped from my campsite last night while I was sleeping. The woman explains the situation clearly. She was staying at a nearby campground when the robot somehow got away from her control. Is it dangerous? Your father asks with parental concern. No, it just cleans things automatically. Completely harmless. The villagers look relieved, like people learning the monster isn't actually dangerous. But why does it move by itself like it's alive? It's programmed with artificial intelligence. There's a computer inside. This explanation amazes the villagers even more than the original robot demonstration. The woman starts charging the robot by connecting a cable from her car, like she's giving it life-saving medical treatment. This is how it charges. It runs on electricity. The villagers watch with fascination, like people witnessing actual magic. 10 minutes later, the robot starts working again with renewed electronic life. Be careful, it's about to move, the woman warns, like someone handling a potentially dangerous animal. The robot moves slowly and controllably this time. The woman directs it with a remote control, like she's conducting an orchestra. I can send it wherever I want it to go. The villagers watch this demonstration with complete amazement, like children at their first circus. Is this witchcraft? Asks old Ruth with the suspicion of someone from an earlier era. No, just technology. Something humans created with science and engineering. The woman gives a brief demonstration before packing up her robot like she's putting away an entertaining toy. Thank you so much. I hope it didn't cause too much trouble. It made a bit of a mess, Wilhelm admits with diplomatic understatement, but no real harm done. The woman apologizes and leaves with her mechanical pet. The villagers discuss this event for a long time, like people processing a life-changing experience. So humans can actually create things like this? Aaron asks with philosophical wonder. Apparently so, your father says thoughtfully, like someone reconsidering everything he knows about the world. You think the robot was just a simple vacuum, but you have no idea that tomorrow you'll encounter a robot in human form.